Hello, YouTube, and hello, fellow Puerto Ricanos. This is Brandon Sinavel, or on my other channel, Brandon the Archivist. I do have another channel, but this channel strictly only is for Puerto Rican genealogy and history. I myself am half Puerto Rican on my mother's side. Yes, my last name is not of Spanish origin, but my mother's family are of Spanish origin, and the other races as well, from Europe mainly, and several Native American tribes we descend from according to DNA, and that's the interesting part. So look, everyone is curious regards to the surname Colón, right? Regards to the surname Colón, or Colón de Torres, or Colón de Leandro, or Ramos Colón, or simply just Colón, there's a lot of people that are posting online regards to Luis Colón de Toledo was the father or grandfather to Juan Colón, and the great-grandfather or grandfather to Diego Ramos Colón de Leandro and his brothers. That's not the fact. I've done genealogy for many years, not just in Puerto Rico, but throughout the Spanish Caribbean, as well as in Europe. And I have documents that are in the archives in Indies in Seville, Spain, and several books that mentions these notaries or the documentations in it, showing and proving who Juan Colón is. Well, it's very easy. Juan Colón is really Juan de la Daza Davila y Colón, or y Colón de Toledo. Juan was the older brother to Luis, and as well as the younger brother to Cristóbal, and Bernardo de Colón exists. I believe he was a priest, another brother, older brother to Luis, but a younger brother to Juan, as well as several sisters, Juana, Maria Magdalena, and I believe there was another Maria, Davila y Colón. Interesting enough, Juan Davila y Colón was born in Santo Domingo, married probably there or in Cuba, lived in Santiago de Cuba, where he had his eldest son with his wife, Leonor de Leandro, the granddaughter of Diego Ramos, and great-granddaughter of Francisco Juancho de Leandro. So Diego was born in Santiago de Cuba. We know this because of the 1604 census in Cuba, and mentions Francisco Juancho de Leandro, the slaves, his son-in-law Juan, his daughter Leonor, and his grandson, who's Diego Ramos. Now, you're going to say, why is it Diego Ramos? Well, it's very simple. Ramos is his middle name, not his last name. Eventually, him and his brother, they had descendants, and their descendants sometimes would write Ramos Colón, or simply just drop Colón and keep Ramos. Personally, that happened to me on my family history. I have a great-grandmother. Her surname was Colón, as well as Ramos, so it was Colón y Ramos. And in fact, on both sides, she descends from Juan Colón de Leandro, the younger brother of Diego Ramos Colón, and the son to Juan Davila y Colón and Leonor de Leandro. So that's the interesting part. And I do have a document here that I like to really want to show you guys. I gotta set it up for the next video here between my channel, which is Brandon the Archivist, and the other channel, which is this channel, which is Knowing Your PR Genealogy. Well, I could have written down PR. YouTube only allows so many characters and so many letters or words to be written on your channel name, so that's what I got. Regards to who are the Colóns in Puerto Rico, there's a document in the Archives in Indies by Juan Lorenzo de Matos. He is the brother to Juan Blas Sanchez de Matos y Colón, the son of Pedro Sanchez de Matos, the first mayor of Ponce, and his third wife, Maria Colón. So we know this because Juan Blas Sanchez de Matos y Colón married his fourth cousin, who is Francisca de los Reyes Correa y Rodriguez de Matos, the daughter of Captain Correa, or the famous Captain Correa, who is Antonio de los Reyes Correa y Rodriguez and his wife Estefania Rodriguez de Matos y Colón de Leondo. Both were natives of Arecibo. Who is Captain Correa is a very famous Spanish military captain and eventually mayor of Arecibo. In 1703, I believe it's 1703, 1703, he stopped and fought the British invasion of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. For that, the King of Spain granted him a special medallion for his military merits and services. For that, he was awarded money, lands, property, as well as being the mayor of the city. I'm actually surprised he wasn't granted a coat of arms or even knighthood of the Order of Santiago or the 3 other orders. That part kind of surprised me. But Captain Correa, his father was born in Portugal in the Azores, and his mother was born in San Juan. I believe his mother was Francisca Rodriguez de Valdez, and now I'm going to check that for sure. I do have a genealogy program here, and I am a descendant of Captain Correa. But pulling it out is kind of difficult here. So let's see. Let's see here. I'm going to look at the chart. We have Colón, Menendez, Otero de Rivera, yes. Okay, so according to what I have here, I'm looking at my computer. Francisca Rodriguez de Valdez was from San Juan. Joseph Correa Rodriguez, which is the real surname, is really Rodriguez. You gotta understand, in Portuguese, you put the mother's maiden name before the father's last name. So he was really Jose in Portuguese, not Jose, but Jose Rodriguez Correa would be correct in Spanish. But how you read it in Portuguese, they did not know his full name in Portuguese was Jose Correa Rodriguez. Now, interesting enough, the Spanish and Portuguese is very close. I'm fluent in Portuguese. My father was born in Brazil, but I'm not of Portuguese origin. In fact, it's my mom's side that's descent from Portuguese people. They came and settled in Puerto Rico as well as Mexico, Dominican Republic, or Hispaniola back then. So I know about a lot of this family, the Colón family. They were in a lawsuit in the early 1600s or early 17th century. Luis Davila Colón sued for hereditary nobility rights for the titles of Duke of Viagua, the Marquis of Jamaica, Marquis of de la Vega, and Admiral of the Indies, heir to Christopher Columbus. Interesting fact is Luis and his siblings with his parents lived in El Zacate de Colón, which is the palace of Christopher Columbus in the old section of Santo Domingo. Another interesting fact, Santo Domingo was not founded by Christopher Columbus in 1504, but actually founded by Bartolome Colón, Christopher Columbus's younger brother. Now, another fact is that this document by Juan Lorenzo Sanchez de Matos y Colón states that he's descendant of the family of Christopher Columbus, the Alvarado of the Indies and the discoverer of the Indies, as well as being a descendant of Alvarado, Don Pedro de Alvarado. Don Pedro de Alvarado was conquistador and second man in command with Hernán Cortés when he conquered Mexico versus the Aztecs. Interesting fact, Pedro de Alvarado was given a young woman to be his concubine, lover, mistress, whatever you want to call it. She was an Indian princess, I believe, from the tribe in what would be today Veracruz. This young woman was the only woman to give him descendants. He did have legitimate children. One died of a tragic death, a shipwreck somewhere between Florida and Spain, going back to Seville. So the title, hereditary titles, was granted by law to his illegitimate daughter, Leonor de Alvarado. Leonor de Alvarado was married twice through her second husband, who I believe was Francisco, was the first name. Let me look this up. Francisco de Vizcaya. Interesting fact, I'm looking here on the computer. Bear with me for a second. Bracamonte de Alvarado. Here we go. Balthazar. Okay, I got it here. Okay. So when we look at the genealogy of this family, Leonor de Alvarado, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, it's Native American, it's Aztec, as in cuanto, and her second husband, Francisco de la Cueva y Villacrasas, who was from Jerez de la Frontera. He was lieutenant governor, became governor of Honduras. He dies October 1576 in Guatemala. She dies in September 15th, 1583. Leonor was the illegitimate daughter of Don Pedro de Alvarado y Contreras and Princess, oh boy, one of those names you can't pronounce, Princess Telezigazan y Consecuento, she was a natural daughter. So out of this relationship between Juan Colón de Leando, who is a descendant of Christopher Columbus, and his wife was Catalana Espinosa de Alvarado, who was also a descendant of Gaspar de Espinosa, the conquistador of Cusco, Peru, as well as a descendant of Don Pedro de Alvarado. This lineage of trifecta of these three famous popular conquistadors, their bloodline mixed. And that is so interesting because this bloodline also would mean it would continue on to this day and beyond. So that's the interesting part, you guys. If you are a descendant of Captain Correa, you would descend from Native Americans in eastern Mexico in the Yucatan region. So that's the interesting part. I will do a second part of this video just to let you guys know, to show you the documentation. I'm going to see if I can able to put it together and be more in depth with regards with the family tree chart and all of that. Please like and subscribe. Tongue twister. Subscribe to this channel, which is Knowing Your PR Genealogy, as well as my main channel, which is Brandon the Archivist. And the other channel, I have 1,550 subscribers as of now. It goes up and down. But my point is, if you would like to see the other videos that I did with regards to Christopher Columbus, you can check it out. So, for those that are interested, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I have one word for you. Wetba. And adios. Catch you guys later. Be safe and be happy. And be Puerto Rican.